Welcome back. There's a new ranking system for high school football in South Dakota. Instead of everyone doing their own thing, the South Dakota media are collaborating as one to calculate rankings each week. For a little more on those rankings, we'll hear from our high school expert, Jason Andera. Jason?
Thank you, Kelly. The football rankings are out, and it's no surprise in South Dakota's biggest class, Sioux Falls, Washington, and Sioux Falls, Roosevelt stand at the top. Both teams got out to a dominant start, winning by more than 5 touchdowns in their first game of the season, but it was Washington who comes in at number 1, getting all 26 first-place votes last week in the South Dakota Prep Media Poll. The Warriors are extra careful, though, to not buy into the hype.
It's just a new year every year. You got to work for it every year, and so it doesn't mean anything that we won 2 in a row last year. Doesn't mean anything for this year.
We have a lot of weapons, offense and defensively. We have people that can step up and make plays no matter where they are on the field.
Expectations are always the same. We don't worry about the games. We just worry about how we take care of ourselves and how we prepare and how we execute and how we teach the football game, how it should be played. That's what we're focusing on. We never try to worry about the game. Our opponent, we always respect our opponent, and we know what they're doing offensively, defensively, and we just try to be very sound in what we do against them in that sense.
Everyone on the team realizes what's at stake, that we have a three-peat on the line, and we know that if we ultimately look ahead towards that, we'll end up falling short. So just everyone kind of understands, and Coach Staten did a great job of just reiterating that it's one day at a time, and that's what got us the first 2, and that's what will get us the third one.
All right, Roosevelt, on the other hand, comes in this season a little more quietly than usual. I've had them pegged as number 1 coming into each of the last 2 seasons, but this year, with Washington getting so much attention, the Riders hope to sneak up on the competition. Kim Nelson and company have a lot of positives on this team.
I think we're going to have a lot of fun with our defense, moving them around and blitzing people and changing coverages. And, I think by the end of the year we'll be a lot better than we are in the beginning.
We're definitely looking forward to playing Washington. They're always our biggest rivalry now. So we just want to see what we can do against them and see how it goes.
A lot of people have stepped up into their roles to, really kind of solidify their starting spot. And I think our work ethic, we've been working really hard because we all want the same thing. We have the same goal. And so we're trying to work as hard as we can to make sure that dream becomes a reality.
We are treated to a 1 versus 2 battle at Howard Wood Field at 6 o'clock this Friday. Should be a fun time in 11 AAA. You see the 1 through 5 there. Rapid City Central making an appearance. In 11 AA, Harrisburg didn't get to finish their game with Pierre, but they convinced most people that they're still the number 1 team in the state. You see Mitchell trails at number 2 in the poll as the defending champions in the class. If you want a full look at the rankings, remember to click on midcosn.com, click on the blog, and find the rankings for all of the classes. In volleyball action, the Harrisburg Tigers come in as the team to beat. Harrisburg lost just twice last year on their way to a state championship. And even though they lost the Player of the Year in AA, Renette Costain has confidence that her deep bunch of athletes will get it done this year.
Well, we know we have a target on our back. Anytime you go off a state championship, everybody's gunning for you. Our goal is to be ready. They just want everybody to know that we're not slacking off. We're going to pick up where we left off, and we've got business. These guys want to walk out their senior year state champions.
Play as hard as we can every single game. Don't overlook anyone. And then especially with the Sweet 16 going on this year, just win every game that we can so we're in a really good position by the end of the season.
Obviously our main goal is to win state, but you can't just say our goal is going to be to win state. You have to set main little goals like don't ever let a ball touch the floor or don't ever stop communicating, stuff like that, and that's what we've always done.
There you see Harrisburg checking in at number 1 in the media poll. I actually voted Mitchell as the number 1 team on my ballot, but both teams off to great starts. Those Colonels, by the way, have 2 all-conference players returning this year. They're only juniors, Mac Miller and Mandy Schmidt. In Class A, Dakota Valley got an impressive win last week over Lincoln. That's a team in AA, a bigger school, and they got it done. Madison and Sioux Falls Christian are also both contenders in this class. And in Class B, Northwestern, they are the defending champs. They start out at number 1. There are a lot of tough teams in this class, but the Wildcats head coach Nora Groft has high expectations for a big season.
We only graduated 2 seniors from last year, so we return a lot of experience and the core of our lineup. So, our kids have been in the gym all week. They're pretty excited about the season this fall and what they might look like by November. strengths for us. We're pretty experienced. We typically are a pretty good serving and passing team, but I think offensively, our hitting and blocking is going to be a lot better this year than it's been the last couple of years, just because those kids are getting older and more experienced, and I think that's going to be exciting to see that in our team.
Remember to find full season outlooks on our podcast. I did one with Darren Tipton about volleyball on midcosn.com/podcast. And remember, watch Varsity Sports live this week following the Midco Rushmore Bowl. That is going to get us caught up on all the latest in high school football. Kelly?
All right, well done, Jandy. Only 2 weeks into the fall sports season, and we've got so many exciting matchups to look forward to. When we come back, Jody Norstead talks North Dakota high school football and volleyball rankings. You don't want to miss this. Stay right here on Midco Sports Tonight.